Everything's going to be just like you. All right, phone cut off. All right, but yeah, everything's going to be dried up and destitute, man. Right? So we have to understand something. We got to focus on serving the highest. All right, let's go to 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 2. All right, this is the book of 1 Thessalonians 5 and 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night, right? And at the day of the Lord, you don't know when the day of the Lord is coming back. That's why you always got to be on fire every single day, right? Because that one day you get caught up in your occupation or what you got to do, right? Guess what? That is the day of the Lord. That day is going to become the day of the Lord. All hell going to break loose. The prophecy is going to start unrolling. The seal is going to be opening up. And guess what, man? That door of repentance is going to shut, man. Right? And it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. And you got Jake that's, comfortable with his $100K a year, $200,000, $300,000 job, or Jake that's making some good money right now. He kind of kicked his feet up on it. There's a Jake right now that's kicked his feet up on the couch right now and cracked open a Corona. He got fringes on. He said, what movie I'm gonna watch? Right? Why? Because he's saying, that man is saying peace and safety. That man is in his mind at rest, man. Right? But the Lord said, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And there is no escaping. When the day of the Lord comes in, there is no escaping or asking the Lord, can you just relax and let me just talk to you about it? No, there is none of that. You're going to be destroyed. All right, let's go to Proverbs 19 and 21. All right. Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart. Right? So there's many things in a man's mind. You can plan up certain things. You may have a 4-year plan or a 3-month goal chart. Of course you want to have goals in this thing, but you have different plans that you want to do in the next couple of years of your life and set up this and set up that. But guess what? Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. So, whether you paying attention to the prophecies or not, being on fire or not, the words of the Lord is still going to come to pass, whether you're paying attention or not. Right? Now you can watch, or you can be caught up in your devices that you have devised in your own heart, man. Right? And man has many inventions, man. Right? And what Isaiah 48:8 to show, the word of the Lord is forever. This is Isaiah chapter 40 and verse number 8. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever. So you got to choose what's important. Your job, worrying and stressing about what's going on at your place of employment, or worrying about the things of the Lord, doing the things of the Lord, man. I'm going to Hebrews chapter 4 and 13. This is your job, man. This is the most high risk, high rewarding job, right? High risk, high reward. What are the rewards? Right? Let me get that revelation. Right? The Lord's giving you a little reward, man. All right? This is Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12. All right? And it says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So you got to work in this thing, man. You got to put more work in the Lord than your so-called job. Go as hard as do what you got to do and go as hard as you can at your physical job. But how much more harder shall you go in the Lord, man? You got to support your family, but guess what? You got to go as hard as you can in the Lord. That's ultimately supporting your family, setting them up and to try to get this kingdom together. And that's the reward the Lord's coming with, is that kingdom that, you and your family can have if you laboring as hard as you can in the Lord, right? Now, let me go back to that Hebrews chapter 4 and 13. Yeah, and this is a high risk, man. You can die, right? You can be tortured. You're going to be hated of all men for the Lord's name's sake. Your own household is going to hate you, right? You have to walk the life of the Lord. You have to be persecuted, brought up before kings and governors. This is a high risk job. But guess what? The reward tops that, man. All right, so it's Hebrews chapter 4, and let's start at verse 14. Seeing then we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahushua, the son of Yahweh, let us hold fast our profession. And if you look up the word profession, right? It literally goes into occupation, right? Let us hold fast our occupation. Hey, you can lose a lot of different jobs. You can get fired from Amazon. You can get fired from Starbucks. You can quit McDonald's. But if you lose the job of the Lord, if you lose the talent, the business the Lord gave you, right? Guess what, man? You're gonna be destroyed. There's no coming back to like for certain jobs, once you get fired, you in the system. There is no coming back, right? Hey, once you get fired and your employment is taken away from the Lord as a servant and he throws you back into the world to be a wicked Eve or a wicked Jake, man, guess what? There is no coming back in, man. Right? It's all right. All right. So let me read that again. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, let us hold fast our professions. Let me go to the book of Romans chapter 12. Because ultimately this profession is a business, right? You have different professions in the world. You have medical, you have different, you have teachers, right? We're all of these professions in one. You're an educator, right? You're a doctor, right? You're running a business for the Lord. You're a manager, right? You're all these different things, man, right? To fit the business of the Lord. Let me go to Romans chapter 12. And you got to look at this as a business, man. All right. It's Romans chapter 12, and I'll start at verse 11. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. So serving the Lord, you can't be slothful in that business, man. It's a business serving the Lord, right? You have to be serious in the spirit serving the Lord, and that's by watching and not getting caught up in your day-to-day actions, man. You letting one day go by and another day go by, right? But you got to see what's really going on behind the scenes in the world every single day, right? And you got to meditate upon those different things. Let me go to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 1. All right, it's the book of Proverbs chapter 16, verse 1. Get this last precept. And it says, the preparation of the heart in man, the preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. Verse 3 is the point. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. So if you're committing most of your work and most of your times in serving the Lord, even at your job and your day-to-day activities or whatever, when you commit your works into the Lord, your mind is going to be established. So now you no longer are thinking about carnal things. That's going to perish in the long run. But you're thinking about spiritual things, right? That's going to be laid up as treasures in heaven forever. All right, let me get one more precept. Let me go to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4. It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, right? So mentioned earlier, it was a high risk job, but this high risk job is only for but a moment. What does it do? Worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So that high risk is going to bring a high reward that's exceeding an eternal weight of glory. Verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, right? For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And guess what? You're doing something right now, laboring for the Lord, putting riches in heaven. You can't see the riches. You don't see the chariots. You don't see the angels. You don't see Esau with chains around his neck right now. But guess what?